Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to some Victoria 3 and some Morocco's Modern Life. Let's do this. Let's do this, said Cow. Alright, so we are back. We're back for episode 3. Oh, as always, let me say hello to certain someone, make sure everything's working. Hello, me. Ah, there we go. Right back at you, buddy. Okay. So let's do this, huh? So, let's see. Where did we drop off here? Where did we drop off? So we're making some fishing. We're making some steel and motors. Now, we need... So, we had talked about last episode, or actually the first episode, we want to work a high GDP run here. So we need a company. So we're going to get it next tech. I think a thing that we can export that we'll be good at is fertilizer. Okay, so there's, well, wait, what is this? Importers. Oh, because there's a 70 inherent demand. Okay, maybe not that. And also glass. Okay, glass might be one. These are kind of the two things I think we're going to aim towards. Now, one thing I like about fertilizer is that there is... Wait, what is this? No, I don't want this. Ah, I got everything on the... I got all the stuff I can't get here on this list. Okay. There is a prestige fertilizer. Where do we got it? Where do we got it? Where do we do? Where do we do? Where are you, my prestige? Oh, there we go. Enriched fertilizer. Synthetics plants. Minus 5% supply consumption. So do we want to go for that one first? Or the glass one? Oh wait, I don't think I passed it. Let's go back down. Maybe I did pass it. I thought they had a prestige good on that one. Let's take a look. Where be you? There we go. Yeah, oh yeah, see, that's the problem with the glass one here. Stylish furniture, but we have a problem with wood. Can't we add... What companies can you add glassworks to? Because you can add stuff to... Yeah. Okay. So that's kind of a problem we have right there. So we might go... Well, okay, I don't need to figure this out right now. We're still some ways off from getting the company. So, let's see. We're doing fishing wars. We're doing quite a bit of fishing wars. Why is that? Are we bad at fish? No, but I think we wanted to get our food industries. Yeah. Yeah, we wanted to do that. Then we're going to do steel and a motor industry, and then we'll reassess. Doing railway here, sugar, rail... Oh, good. So you guys build me my railways. How are we doing on laws? That's right. So we're off of traditionalism. We told these guys we would get them oligarchy, which we actually might do. Make them happy. Funny, the intelligentsia even want it. What's up with the intelligentsia? Okay. So let's do it. That we establish an embargo. Who's in the Anti-Ottoman Society? Ooh, all of these guys. Oh, it'll help us with the rural folk here. How much happiness will it give you guys? +3. And we got to get the rural folk down to 3. Okay. So let's do an embargo on the Ottomans. I don't really like it, but there you go, Anti-Ottoman Society. You're welcome. What do we got? What do we got? Organizers affiliated with the Moroccan supremacist movement have embarked on a focused campaign to inspire support for migration controls. For migration controls in Marrakesh. Well, I don't mind that action. Oh, we got onto no migration controls? Pfft, I didn't even remember that. Sorry, guys. That's going to be a no from me. I'll deal with whatever comes my way on that one. Alright, so we got the rural folk down to -4. That's nice. That's nice. Alright. Pretty good, pretty good. Not bad, not bad. Alright. So, how are we with our military? Good. Did we, we got on professional army. Ooh, we should get off of this, too. How's our trade center in Fez doing? Wow, we're actually exporting quite a bit of paper. Do we have any interests? We got 2 interests to use. So it looks like we're actually... Yeah, we got a lot of paper. Okay. So who are the biggest importers? The US and Sweden. Okay. And we are importing quite a bit from the US, it looks like. So, first things first, let's get ourselves an interest in the United States. And then... what are some of our... oh, well, yeah, and wood. We need a lot of wood. So we're getting good trade advantage on that. So we actually are good with wood in our market. So what else does our trade center need? Coffee. Yeah, it looks like we could use an interest in Russia. Oh, we already got one. We got Russia, France. We might as well get one then with Great Britain, since they got so much going on. Alright, so let's get... once we get that interest here... Actually, I should have looked at who else is importing this. Sweden, Qing, Spain, Japan, Austria. I probably should do Sweden. Because they're also one for wood, right? Hey, Ahmed, hello. They should add opium to Al Rif to be realistic. Yeah, right? I'm surprised that Morocco didn't have that. I wonder why that is. Very strange. Very strange indeed. How are you? Thanks for dropping in. You know, I could use for my clothing here dyes and silk. Silk is, yeah, silk is like a thing here. So who's exporting it? Oh, Britain. That's nice. So Britain has that. They probably have dyes, too, that they're exporting. Yeah. So actually, Britain seems to be a good one. A good interest to keep there. Yeah, Al Rif. What did they give them? Al Rif. Al Rif. Hmm. Just this stuff. Okay. We probably don't need to subsidize that much from the military shipyards. So let's stop subsidizing that. Although we could export that too. Great. I'm following the series. Much needed guidance for all the new stuff in 1.9. Oh, great. I'm glad it's been helpful. Thanks for dropping in. Thank you. Oh, the Ottomans would have been a good export if it wasn't for that damn anti-Ottoman society making me embargo them. Alright, so our next checkpoint, September 29th. Alright, we got all these fishing wharfs a-going. Oh, don't we have a shipyards yet? Why are we not using the PM? I probably... Let's slow down for a second. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, so I don't need to do this last one. And let's use that. Now we really can, in our food industries... where'd you go? Here you are. Canned fish. Let's get that canned fish. Yeah, Marrakesh, you use that. We're going to use all iron. We do not need to be using any, or lead, I mean. We don't need to be using any wood on that stuff. Oh, actually, I mean, we do have wood. But we could more so use more lead. Give me my lead. Oh, actually, why don't we do this? And what did that do for us for lead? Yeah. So, maybe we just do one more. How are we utilizing? Yeah, good, we better be. Okay. And if we utilize this... Okay. Yeah, see, look at this. This is what we should be exporting. Oop, no. Let's see the world market. Yeah, the British are importing it. Why don't we get in... Let's do a little bit of subventioning on this. And do not import any of it, even though we're not. Let me double check all my urban centers are using everything they can. Yep. Oh, speed it back up. Okay. Now, how many universities do we have? Because we need to catch up on tech here. Oh, we've got level 5 in Fez. Look at that. Alright. But the thing is, paper's dirt cheap, and this doesn't use a lot of people. And we're not utilizing nearly anywhere near our innovation cap. Oh, and actually, that's the other thing. We should be getting at least one university in all our states in order to help with qualifications, since they're so cheap now. Alright, so let's get through this. Let's see what happens next with oligarchy. Good. Law progressive consideration. So, Marrakesh. How we doing here? Got a lot of iron. We could probably use another construction sector. The thing is too, so I focus these in Fez. I should really start focusing the new ones now in Marrakesh, because eventually we're going to switch to steel frame buildings, and we're using iron frame buildings now anyway. So I think we're going to start doing that. What are all the input goods here like for construction? We got a ton of fabric. Got a lot of iron. Wow. How are tools? Yeah, wood's a bit of a problem. And we got... oh my god, we got a ton of tools. Okay. Let's get our first one here. Let's put it up to the top. Probably not a good idea, though. You know what? Yeah, let's get these motor industries going first. Let's get those going first. And let's build up a little bit of a buffer, because we're still at a 27% interest rate. So we still can't really go into debt. Ooh, look at this. And I don't really want to get rid of any of the promote social mobility stuff. Look at this investment pool, though. My God. What is a serious problem? I used to go for Benin for that. Don't know if it is still possible. Yeah, let's quickly jump over there. It looks like they are. But here's the thing, I mean, with the new trade centers, kind of like look at this, we're importing 400 wood. We have a plus 6% trade advantage, so we get 1% cheaper on the import price, and we're making quite a bit on it. Actually, you know, we need to get an interest into Sweden. I don't think I need... ah, man, yeah, I kind of do need these. I wish... oh, if I could just get one in Scandinavia. Do I need the interest in France? Like, what is France? Am I really doing a lot of trade with them? It doesn't look like it. They're not popping up on any of this stuff. Or at least none of the stuff that matters to me. See, because Sweden will also want... Sweden's also importing glass. Oh. Well, they were. What were they importing? There's something of ours that they were importing. What about ceramics? Or porcelain, I mean. Ah, look at that. But so are the French. Okay, maybe we don't need Sweden as much. But yeah, we're getting a lot of imports, cheap imports on wood. You're getting 407 from that. So that's helped us quite a bit. Oh, in fact, I don't think we need to do subventions on the import anymore. Ah, look at that budget. Let's make sure that budget's going to stick after the Monday update. Yeah, that's 2 construction sectors right there. Hello, hello. One Fury. Hello, One Fury. How are you? Thanks for dropping by. How's everything going? All right, let's get these extra construct. Oh man, we got wildfires all over the place. Goods consumption, yikes. Oops, I don't want that. But having it in Fez is a bit of a problem. Hey, you're from Morocco. Awesome. Welcome, welcome. I'm from Algeria. Hello, neighbor. I was debating between a Morocco or an Algeria run, but Algeria is a bit of a thing in this game, and so I thought let's do Morocco first. Hopefully you will be happy about this run by the end of it, where the goal here, well, one of the goals is to create Maghreb. Hey, thank you for the follow, One Fury. Thank you. I appreciate it. We're going to try to create Maghreb. Oh, hello, water tube boiler. We'll get back to you in a second. So for the third time, we're going to try to create Maghreb. But also, I'm going for a high GDP run. I want to try to get the top GDP. And in the first episode, someone had mentioned, can you get a country that starts where Morocco is to 1 billion GDP? And well, I'm going to take on the task. Can it be done? I mean, it can be done. Can I do it? I think I can, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Well, maybe go historical and liberate Algeria with the help of Morocco. Oh, yeah. That is absolutely on the cards. I mean, yeah, part of my goal with... Well, first of all, to create Maghreb, I'm going to have to kick France out of there. Nothing would make my Algerian heart happier than kicking France out of here. But to kick Europe out of North Africa, I would love to create, at some point, the power block, NATO, the North African Treaty Organization, and go from there. Eldest Sauce. Hey, I love the screen name there. Eldest Sauce. But how are you even playing the game without freezing your entire computer? You know, I have to say, I've seen a lot. I know it happens a lot for people. I don't know. I don't seem to get like computing issues with the game quite as much. I have to say the 1.9 update has really helped with performance, I feel like. So I have my desktop here, but I also have a Mac laptop. Hold on, let me finish that a second. Let me see what's going on. Seems like a massive war going on here. Oh, look at this. Okay, they're going after... Oh, Prussia's going after the stuff. And they're both confident. Neither of them want me in on it. Yeah, so my laptop is a MacBook Air. And it runs the game, and it runs the game fine. But the bottom of the computer gets so hot. Like, to the point where, like, when I'm laying on the couch and I have the computer sitting on my chest, like, my shirt starts to sweat from how hot it is. But I have to say, after the 1.9 update, my computer does not get nearly as hot. So, I don't know if that's a statement on performance or not, but it certainly is a welcome change. I did, though, get the other day, there was a bug where, I think they fixed it. Sometimes when you go to the population tab on a state, the game would crash. I did get that one. But I think that one's gone now. I will say, though, I am such a big proponent of GeForce Now. If the game freezes your computer or crashes it, try playing it on GeForce Now. That's what I do a lot of the times when I'm on my laptop, and it runs much better. Wow. I'm not even going to get in on this. Yeah, and the heat might affect your swimmers. Well, let me tell you, I got two little swimmers that made it that are going to bed right now. So I don't mind my swimmers not making it anymore. I don't need any more I don't need any more big swimmers. Although I don't sit it on my lap, I usually sit it right on my chest. That's another benefit of running the game on a MacBook Air. Family planning. Whoa, oligarchy is really, really tanked. You know, this is going to time out. If it does, we might just cancel this and try to get some actual voting laws. All right, so the budget has caught up with us. That's not so bad, though. And how are the goods in here? So iron is a little expensive there. Oh, fabric. Oh, are we yeah. No. Fabric's expensive. Let's slow down for a second here. Because of the agricultural throughput hit. I bet you my cotton plantations... Yeah. Look at that. Are down 18% in throughput. Yeah, the emergency relief doesn't do much. So we do get extra mappy. I mean, we can't... Oh, just 50. Okay. Let's do that in Fez until this is done. Barney! Hey, Barney! Hey, do you like... do you like bald people? I do like bald people. That's many a good bald person in my life. Why do you ask? Are you bald now? Although, I mean, you could have been bald before. I don't know. Let's see. Legislate. Wow, oligarchy really took a nosedive here. Yeah, that's where we started. 11% success, 0% stall. How the hell did it get so bad? How did we get like this? All right, we are up to 50 construction points, but does Morocco start recognize? I never paid attention. Nope, it does not. So we do have to earn recognition at some point. We do have to earn recognition. Is that there is widespread persecution against bald people? Like, bald people are people too. Yeah, baldism. That's right. Stick up for your bald brothers and sisters. You never know. Wait, do we have... Yeah, we need this motor industries to finish. Hey, Maximilian, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. How are you? Your investment pool is overfilled. You should consider building more construction sectors if your budget allows, but make sure you are off traditionalism and you privatize all buildings. Yep, that is what we are doing. Our budget... We just built a couple construction sectors. Our budget is holding on. Well, the soldiers are complaining that they have no way to open their canned food. Yeah, our investment pool is growing at an astonishing rate, but we're slowly building up the construction sectors. Yeah, we can take this. Now, we could use... we could probably sell a few more buildings, actually, now that you mention it. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. No, we've had this up for sale. They just haven't gotten it. So, yeah, we are doing that. We're not on traditionalism. We're on agrarianism. We might try to go for interventionism, but it isn't a rush right now that we're on agrarianism. Drunk Olaf's still there. Yep. Drunk Olaf with his wine stains. Just shopping for more wine. We'll pretend that this This battery is one of his wine bottles. There you go, Olaf. Though part of this too is because our construction goods for fabric are a little expensive right now because we have a negative 18% throughput being affected there. Yeah, we could really use some more construction. Is it a good idea to give away investment rights as small countries like Morocco? No, no. In fact, I don't like giving away investment rights as any level of country. Now, if you are a larger country, it's not as bad, but when you're a small country, like Morocco is right now, giving investment rights away is like, it's really difficult. The only real benefit would be is if you're having some problems where you have no investment pool and you can't build and you just need to get something going. But when you give away the investment rights, you're basically letting a country take wealth out of your country. Because the profits of that building are going to go abroad. Now, it'll employ people. And the people who are employed by the building pay taxes, and so you'll get money in taxes. So this is true, but you can also build the building yourself and get those taxes. So I generally don't like to give away investment rights ever. Path to liberalism. You know, the only thing we need to do is one of these. Oh, okay. Well, that lobby failed, so I would rather do one of these. So let's cancel oligarchy. Bye-bye. And we'll go for census suffrage, but let's take a look here. There might be something we want instead. We could go for this. That might be a good idea. Let me see what the better thing to do would. We could actually, no, we should go laissez-faire. And let the private queue really start spending the money. Yeah, look at that. And we'll get that negative 25% loan interest rate. It's funny, I don't usually go for laissez-faire when I have so few construction points, but I think this is a unique situation where it really makes sense. Let's do it. A minority group of Misri has recently settled in the state of Marrakesh, seeking a better future. However, the local Amazi elites are stirring up resentment, claiming the Misri newcomers will destroy the traditional way of life. Let's do this one. So the problem, though, is... Let me calculate this. Let me bring up... handy-dandy calculator, because we're only going to get 25% of those points. Yeah, so 12.5 points. We're going to lose basically, we're going to lose about half. Oh, yeah, I could have figured that. I didn't need a calculator for that. We're going to lose half of our construction points. Let's see. Interventionism only has 3% opposition, though. Well, no, they're at a 21% stall. See, I want to put more of the construction burden on the private sector here, because they have a lot of money to build. I mean, I'm doing something here that is generally against my general gameplay. I don't usually go for laissez-faire this early, but I also don't usually have such a high investment pool with only 50 construction points. So we shall see. The Anti-Ottoman Society has offered us an opportunity to establish an alliance with Russia. I don't mind that so much, actually. I agree with laissez-faire in your current situation. Yeah, right? It kind of seems like the way to go. 17 million is a lot. It's like wasted money at the moment. Though our own construction is going to go down a little bit. But I'm kind of okay with that. We really just want to build for the construction sectors anyway. Now, we can get an alliance with Russia, huh? But can we actually? Yeah, no, not really. Yeah, and we're only getting plus 25 from the pro-Russian lobby. Yeah, because they're not really happy or anything. Alright, so we are... we have the motor industry. We have the motors. Alright. Yeah, so you hire up here. Get us some more infrastructure. Get this thing hired up. Oh yeah, this loop that always sucks. The steel mills, the motor industries, all that stuff. You know, could we start exporting this? Yeah, there is a market for it. The British kind of need some. Alright, let's get this going. There's their... Ooh, there's kind of more of a market here. And the Russians. What are our agreements with Russia? Did we end up getting... Yeah, we did end up getting trade privileges. So, I wonder if we can get... We can be their exporter. So we're going to subsidize both of these buildings. I mean, I probably don't need to subsidize both. Once I get the motor industries high. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to try to export engines or motors to Russia. Because we're not utilizing all of them yet. Alright, so do we have our infrastructure? Yes, we do. Automate success, very nice. Yeah, using less wood. Well, we have plenty of wood. But I would like... What is iron in our market right now? Ooh, yeah. So let's try to utilize this. Hire this up a little bit more. How's the hiring, guys? We're not going to tariff any exports. Do your thing, guys. Actually, you know, I think Marrakesh needs to expand its trade center. Yeah, I keep forgetting to stay on top of this stuff. Okay. So let's do 2 more there, and Fez probably needs an expansion too. Yeah. We'll do 1 here. So we'll finish these universities. We'll do the one in Inner Morocco later, since we got some construction problems there. How are merchant marines? Are we going to have to worry about that? Ooh, wood is taking a bit of a nosedive. No, we got that. We're good on that. Excellent. Inner Morocco always has that red Atlas Mountains modifier. I know, right? It's killing me. The Atlas Mountains here. Negative 15% state construction efficiency and negative 15% infrastructure. That just sucks so much. We're kind of okay with infrastructure, but construction just sucks. I really need to put road maintenance there. But I build so much in Fez and Marrakesh. Yeah, and I'm never going to get the private queue to build there unless I... we might take that off for now and just put that on there. Sorry, social mobility. Alright, how do I nobody's buying our glassworks? Very strange. Ooh, this should be sold. Well, the productivity is high. I guess the income not so much. All right. God, I can't believe it's already 1867 in the game. Time flies. Oh, perfect. Abdel Karim Sarahi has offered to spend some of their personal wealth to fund the creation of a university in Inner Morocco, though this will likely give the industrialists some influence. Fine with me. Alright, so we don't need 2 there, so we can get rid of that. We'll build the trade centers. What are we doing here? Very good. Food, textiles. Now, we need more money flowing through the economy here. So, what do our people need? So, tobacco. We need more tobacco, huh? Well, we can stop taxing or tariffing the import. Ooh, yeah. It's also expensive because we're taxing it. We kind of need to at the moment. What else do the lower classes need here? Really just clothes. It seems like... Yeah, we just need to build more clothes. Frustrated with the lengthy legal process surrounding laissez-faire, Abdel Karim al-Sawahi of the Industrialists has approached us with an offer to expedite the process, utilizing his personal connections within the state apparatus. Oh, we'll lose... okay. Oh, no. Yeah, that's what I thought. They are influence. And that's at 3. Yeah, we can kind of afford the hits to the landowners. Alright. Good. We're getting more textile mills. Universities are going. Literacy's going up. Oh, did something just sell? No. Something must have sold. Oh, now I can check, actually. I forgot. Yeah, no, nothing sold. I feel like our budget had just jumped up. Hey, Jack. Hey, welcome, friend. How are you? Welcome in. Good to see you. Morocco is looking good. We're doing good. We're moving along. Look at this. They are making some bank here. Everything is profitable. Why are we importing these guys? Huh, we actually need more of them. Okay. We should probably expand Finally have movement on the Discord. I responded to you, but I will get started making it. Oh, great. Awesome. I will take a look at the response you sent. I appreciate it. That's really awesome of you. It is much needed help that I need with that. Ah, yes. Let's upgrade to Lancers. I would like to get more of these guys, so we want them in Marrakesh. So we want to get to 15. What did we have? So we need 8 there and 8 here. So we'll do that. And then we need more of a fleet. Where did I put those military shipyards? We seem to have a long, very long Morocco. Hey! Mazlator. Hey, Mazlator. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Join in the fun here. Yeah, we have an oblong Morocco, right? And France is doing some France things, apparently. But soon we'll have... Soon this will all be ours. So we're on to the barracks. Let's take a look at... Yeah, see, we need more clothes. We need more furniture. But it seems like the private queue's taken up some of that. It looks like real Morocco with all the Polisario. Oh yeah. Kinda, right? I don't know. We're kind of leaning into the industrialists. We don't really have the trade unions yet, so we'll see. We'll see if they get that way. I don't know. We're trying to go for high GDP this run, so it's going to end up leaning on the industrialists a bit, but you know, we will see. Oh, bulk trading for the trade centers. Woot woot woot. Hey, Brickhouse, welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see you again. This is the second playthrough I am watching, and this is the second time you have major beef with the rural folk. I know. I always end up having some beef with the rural folk. And I hate it, because of all the things, I hate losing technology spread. When you're a small country, you need to advance in tech, and I'm always pissing these guys off. And you know, you would think they'd be happier. I'm on oh. I was like, I'm on agrarianism. Why are you guys so pissed? I forgot. Yeah, I'm switching to laissez-faire. That's probably why they're pissed right now. I forgot about that. It's so weird, man. In my own game, France took Algeria way quicker. Yeah, I know. They usually... That's the thing. That's why it's tough to do an Algeria run. Sometimes France declares on you, like, within a couple months of the game starting. Sometimes it takes longer. It's like a scripted, random thing in the game. It's so weird. In the first 4 to 5 years of the game, they were already colonizing. Hey, Paco! Hello! Welcome welcome back, friend. Good to see you, as always. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're getting a break. It's because by building factories, you're naturally pissing them off. Yeah, the rural folk. Anytime you build a factory, a rural folk loses its wings. As they don't really like industrializing, you have to keep the farms. Keeping those farms. Well, unfortunately, rural folk, this is not going to be your run. France will get claims on you if it finishes that last piece of Algeria, yeah. They will come for us eventually. We have good relations right now, but yeah, that can switch very quickly, which is why we're methodically trying to build up our military as we build up the economy. Whoa, look at that budget. That is some construction sector build-in budget. Oh, Yep, that's why you wait for the Monday update. Yikes. Now, the one good... Every time I'm about to say something, say the one good thing is that we have Great Britain on our side, but we don't. Now we do have, yeah, we do have Russia. Now this whole thing about an alliance, they don't want that. Yeah. And there's just negative 340. There's not going to be anything I could give them. Maybe if I could make the lobby happier, but I don't even know. I actually think it would be really funny to do an industry band run. Just go full agrarian. I would like to do that, and I would specifically like to do that as to get the achievement for it. It's like the Amish Paradise one, right? Is that what it's called? At some point in time, I plan it. Yeah. As a Yankee nation, pass the industry ban law before 1846 and have at least 20 average standard of living. Now, generally, I only play as small countries, so it would be tough to play as the United States. Alright, so we got advancement. Because I don't think there's any other Yankee nations to play with. Isn't Amish Paradise a song? Nice reference there from Paradox. Yeah, it's the Weird Al Yankovic spoof of Gangster's Paradise, and that's what the image is. Where is it? Where is it again? So, yeah, if you look, this is like what Weird Al Yankovic looks like in the music video. They have a bunch of them like this. Like, for instance, where is it? I just passed one of them I saw. Declaration of Independence. The song I Want to Break Free. That's why they have Freddie Mercury here. There's one for Brazil. I didn't vote for Pedro. Where's that one? I didn't vote for Pedro. Napoleon Dynamite. Because of voting for Pedro. So there's a couple of them in there. If you are going to play as the United States, you can pick up the 2 unified fruit company achievements. Yeah, I'm doing an offline U.S. run right now, where I'm kind of trying to do that. I'm not dedicated, but when the opportunity arises. Wow, I never actually noticed all those references. Yeah, all of, well, not all, but there's quite a lot of like pun references for the achievements. They love the devs love themselves a good achievement pun, and I fully support it. All right, so we're at an hour, and Twitch is going to run an ad on us anyway, so I might as well take my bathroom break, get myself another drink. Just a very quick bathroom break, drink refill, and I will be right back. And we're back. And we're back. Sorry. 1 hour break. I know, right? It always takes longer than I think. Well, the problem this time was I forgot to pause the game while I went to the bathroom. So imagine my surprise while I'm going to the bathroom and I hear that a tech, we just uncovered a tech. That wasn't nice. But we got we got corporate charters. Yay. Okay. So now we can get a company. So actually we're going to stay paused for a second because now I really do need to figure this out. So what do we want to do? We could go for glass. Problem is the prestige good of furniture. I mean, we're never going to be that good with wood. Now, I was thinking we could go for the fertilizer company because we have iron and sulfur. So we'll be good on that. And then, eventually, when we get synthetics plants, that will help us with our textile mills. So we could do that. I would like to get something that has a prestige good because that's just going to help us further on down the road. But the problem is, given that we have iron and lead, where is it? Where is it? Yeah, this company is very appealing. To get a throughput bonus to iron and get a throughput bonus to steel when we reach prosperity. Let me take a look at fertilizer in the world market again. So there's a lot of people exporting it. But nobody's exporting a prestige good of it. So we could get that. God, I feel like every stream I'm always so damn split on what company I want to do. I'm so undecided all the time on this. I want to get a prestige good. Oh yeah, we can't get that company. Now we could try to do gourmet groceries. Let's take a look at groceries. So nobody's selling a prestige version of it. Funny Ching is the biggest importer. What do we want to make? The Moroccan metalworks. Getting the precision tools is always good since tools works in so many companies. God, I just need to make a decision here. State construction efficiency. I mean, we did this last stream. I don't know if I want to do the same thing again. You know, okay, so here's a thought. Here's a thought. We could go for the home goods. It will give, the company will give a construction bonus to building glass works. And since we're going to put them mainly in Inner Morocco, that will counter the construction inefficiency here. Where is it saying? It's saying in Fez. Why would it do it in Fez? Yeah, because we have that there. I don't know. I'm always so split on these damn these decisions. You know, I think maybe I don't go for the prestige good now, and we go for the metal syndicate. This is always the best company. It just doesn't give you a prestige good. Yeah, because we could use throughput on iron. We have lead. And isn't lead kind of scarce anyway? You know, we could go for exporting lead. And then our steel mills will get a throughput bonus. I think I'm going to do that. I should do this. Alright, yeah, we're going to do that. It's the safest bet. There's always the historical fertilizer option. I think I might go... I might still go for the fertilizer one next. I would like to go for that. See, the problem is we could really use the iron company first. But I want... I think we have sulfur, we have iron. Actually, yeah, you need iron to make the fertilizer. So getting the iron company will also be helpful for that. Okay. A new admiral has presented himself at the ports of Marrakesh, cheerfully acclaimed by his peers. However, the nephew of Mohammed Tisba has also postulated that he has a most profound interest in the same title. Yeah, let's take this one. Kind of incredible how quickly the literacy rate has gone up. Yeah, well, we now have a university in every state. That kind of has helped quite a bit. We might have a shot at the literary achievement. You know, we need to get schools maybe after we pass laissez-faire here. The relatively lenient Moroccan immigration system has long been attractive to those fleeing their home nations. Recently, Hassan ibn Fuad has petitioned to join the stream. An authoritarian? Good lord, come on. Fine. I'll deal with you later. First I want to see who this Navy guy we got was. Yeah, the trade unions, and he's good. Alright, sounds good. Alright, so let's take a look at our company. Abd al-Karim al-Krim, a market liberal petite bourgeoisie. Ah! Oh, look, so we're going to get an additional 5% throughput on all the lead and iron. And arts building throughput. I would have never played a country like Morocco, but now I see it's so much fun. Decision have much more weight. Yeah, I am a very big advocate for playing with small nations in this game. I love it. I love playing with smaller nations. I've never done a Great Britain run, ever, because I just don't find it that interesting. I did a France one once, only to get, you know, because of Voice of the People, there's all this France-specific achievements. So this is probably the highest ranked country I did, but I've never done Great Britain, because I prefer playing tall with smaller nations. I'm afraid the big nations will become strong fertilizer exporters by then, so it might be hard to get prestige version of it. You make a good point. Yeah, now would be the time to get in on that, since it seems like not a lot of people are doing it. Let me take a look at what's going on with it. As news escapes Constantinople of yet another violent crackdown on the Ottoman labor movement, outraged members of the trade unions have taken to the streets of Fez, marching under the banner of the Anti-Ottoman Society. We'll do this one. Alright, where is it? Where is fertilizer? There we go. So how much are people producing? So, like, the big exporters would be Qing. Yeah, right now they're not making a lot. The Spanish 164. I've done Prussia. They are fun. Yeah, I have done a Prussia run. I mainly for again achievements, but Prussia is kind of fun though, for the whole forming Germany thing. And even though they are like a great power, there's still something to do, right? And you have this major Austria fighting you here. I feel like when you take like Great Britain, France, Russia, there's not much opposing you. I mean, it is fun in its own way, but I prefer doing smaller countries. Oh, speed that up. All right, so when we're done... Oh, wait. So I still needed to look here. Yes, we can give them coal mines. Let's do that. And then I should probably... I've got 2 more charters. I should probably give them a monopoly on iron. Trade rights would also be nice. And we're going to get another chart. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So you're going to get the monopoly on iron. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. Because we're about to pass laissez-faire, and it's going to ban monopolies. So we'll give them trade rights. So how's iron now in our market? Oh, Great Britain. Why you always got to be jerks to everybody? Hey, you're cutting in on the company's situation there. Okay. So clothing is a little bit better. So we still need some furniture. Are we not importing as much wood? Not that. Yeah, we've cut down on our wood imports significantly. I know, right? The investment pool. That's why we're switching to laissez-faire. We've built up so much here that I just need the private queue to just spend all their money. Oh, so we were... Hold on. We were... Okay. Yes, so now we won't tariff exports. Yeah, this might be a good export to do. You know, steel, steel will be a good export to do, actually. Because both of these inputs will be from the company. Okay, let's think about that. Ooh, and there's a good market for it. Okay. I want you guys to start exporting. We're going to do a subvention to get ourselves into the market there. Damn. Well, Great Britain is the importer. Unfortunately, they hate us. That sucks. But other people are going to start needing steel eventually. That steel company's looking pretty nice right now then. Because I could also use the state construction efficiency. Although, we're doing the same exact company we did last run with Central America then. What was meant as a routine speech about the merits of laissez-faire by Abd el-Karim al-Sawahi has quickly devolved into a public relations disaster for the industrialists. Well, we have no setbacks. We're in adoption, so we'll take the setback and take the enactment chance. Yeah, steel industry will boom soon. So, you know, I feel like, well, what is the lead market? Yeah, not enough, or the iron market, but yeah, also lead. Just two people. Ooh, okay. We have to add something here. Well, we need more, no, what we're going to do, we're going to expand the construction sector. Because we're about to, despite what our budget looks like right here. And then we're going to build more trade centers. So I want more in Marrakesh because they're going to have all of that iron and steel. I still think clothes would be cool to get into. Yeah. See, the problem with clothes is we don't have dyes or silk. Now, if we did, the fertilizer company will eventually be able to do synthetics plants with the company, which make dyes. But we are very far away from that. So you always play on speed 3. That's an interesting choice. Yeah, I generally don't go above speed 3. I'll go to speed 1 if I have a lot of stuff going on. But I don't like to play faster than that because I do feel like there's a lot of stuff that happens in the game that you have to react to. Now, at the beginning of the run, I'll sometimes go to speed 4, maybe even speed 5 if I just gotta get through some construction. Because sometimes you literally are just waiting for construction. But like right now that you're in the midst of the game, I do feel like there's a lot of stuff you can respond to if you slow it, if you play at a half speed. Like here, why is our company having such horrible prosperity? The lead mines in Inner Morocco suck right now. I normally go to speed 4, especially after 1.9. 5 speed is a lot with the new market stuff. Yeah, 5 speed I feel like is just like, I need to get this thing built, or I need to get this thing done very quickly. And then you slow it down. I've seen people post, like, they play the whole game just on speed 5, and I'm like, I don't know how you could respond to anything like that. I mean, if you can, that's awesome. It's not a criticism. It's just I can't react that quick. All right, so we are going to get off of the Atmo engine here because we don't need to be on it, and this will make the productivity higher. How's our thing doing here? Dyes are pretty cheap to import, but England makes an insane amount of clothes, so the market is hard to break into. Yeah, I've found before that's tough. Like, I did a run as the United States even where I tried to get in on the clothes market, and it's just difficult to do. Ah, here we go. Very nice. So let's see, all of the... Yeah, look, the French are exporting 2,100 units of it. Yeah, so that would be tough for us. Here we go. Now the company's moving. So they have a trade center in Fez. Oh, you know, I didn't move the trade centers to bulk trading. Yes, do it. We'll figure it out. I think we could probably use another port at this point. Because our merchant marines are probably pretty bad right now. Where we have uncollected taxes. Marrakesh. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we still probably need a little bit in Marrakesh. Alright, we'll do one more there. Trade centers, our government admin. You guys. Okay, the company's building. They're doing coal. They're doing trade. Are we utilizing enough coal? Seems like it. Alright, motors are booming. So let's make sure we have a railway in all the states. Yeah, Fez and, well, you guys can wait. So let's do 2 more here. Because I would like to start utilizing the railway production method. In fact, do we have the journal entry for it? No. Alright, so at this point too, I want to highlight this trade center. Ah, here we go. Okay, so we're starting to export glass. We're starting to export all 3 of the things I want to export from here. Ooh, yep, they're going for the last Algerian state they don't have. Alright, slaves have risen up in Marrakesh. They are not a significant force yet, and there are multiple ways to approach them. Yeah, we need to get off of slavery. I forgot about that. Maybe that's what we do now. Who do we need? The intelligentsia. So we need to get the intelligentsia in there. I want to do a Portugal run eventually. I feel like they would be fun. I do too. I actually feel like I might stream a Portugal run, but there's going to be a flavor pack for Iberia coming out. I forget if that's the one that's in the fall or if that's the one later in the year. But yeah, they're going to do an Iberian, I think it's called Iberian Twilight, something like that. So it'll be Portugal and Spain. But Portugal is a fun country. In terms of like larger countries, they're one of the fun ones to play too. They skipped the last state and jumped for the southern one. Or did they protectorate it? Oh, no. I thought they had. Oh, yeah. You know, I forget what happened. They had a diplomatic play against Abbas earlier in the run. And I wasn't paying attention to it, and then it, like, dissipated. And they've just never gone back after it. I don't know what the deal is. It's kind of weird. Later in the year, next one is Austria, yeah, and the mess of other countries that break away from them. Yeah. Yeah, that's when that one comes out, that's when I might do my first stream in Europe. I was thinking maybe I'd do a Serbia run. Serbia would be a fun one. All right. Oh, yes. So let's take a look at that trade center again. They're not making a lot. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, merchant marines. No, we have plenty. Do we not have a port here? We do. Oh. Are clippers expensive in my market? They are very expensive. So let's do... We have one in Fez. Let's do one in Marrakesh and split it up there. I'm not going to end up building a lot of them, so in terms of throughput bonuses, I'm not really going to be going for that. The rural folk have expressed their concerns about government decisions clearly favoring the interests of the industrialists. Yeah, I mean, you're kind of right, guys. That's, that's what I am doing. Ooh. We'll be close to getting off of old ways, though. Yeah, let's do that. Ooh, very close. Look at that treasury. Oh, we must have sold a bunch of buildings. Yeah, there was something... I forget what it was. There was something on here that got sold. They still don't want these glassworks. I don't get it. But everything is up for privatization now, so that's also part of it. Which means... add another construction sector. This is just the theory. I don't... Ooh, anticipation. So let's build another one of those. You know, let's take a look at tech. So nitroglycerin. We could really use steel frame buildings. We are pretty far off of it, though. What's best? What's best? Oh, I forgot we got the water tube boiler. Let me remind myself if we went... So, yeah, so these are labor saving, but we got the condensing engine pump. Sent you an invite to the work in progress Discord. Going to a few cool things for it. Awesome! Oh, nice. I'll take a look. Take a look when this is done. I'm definitely playing my next game at Speed 3. I have no idea why I was torturing myself. Good! Yes, do. I'm a big advocate for Speed 3. I like it. Yeah, sometimes people come on the stream and they're like, could you speed the game up faster than 3? I mean, there are times I call for it, but a lot of times I'm like, I don't really want to. I would like to lower taxes, but... Well, we can do this. Yeah, definitely 3 and 4 is definitely better than max speed. Max speed is just like, you might as well be yelling Leroy Jenkins while you're playing the game. Wait, Brick House, I want to hear the theory. What is the theory? 5 speed with all the new market stuff is overwhelming. Exactly. Like, there's so much stuff to respond to that the game doesn't immediately alert you to, you know? And it's very dynamic. Okay, what is up with our trade center here in Fez? I would really love to have more interests. How can I get this thing a little more profitable? Well, I suppose I could stop tariffing this, because our only income of it is through imports. And right as I say that, you guys stop importing it. Oh, and also, do we have no tea? Alright, so we'll do the same here. We won't tariff it. What's the local price of merchant marines here? Alright, so I suppose they could be a little pricier. Pharmaceuticals. Oh yeah, hold on. That's right, yeah, the only thing we have is that. You know, I need to get the intelligentsia into power. We're gonna go for census suffrage. This could help us here. Get some voting laws in. Ooh, yeah. But now we're going to be on noble privileges. Ah, but the rural folk are finally not on old ways. That's nice. France. Okay. Man. Alright, hold on. Let's slow it down for a second here. We're going to need... Still no better on this stuff. Yeah. What if we go for a defensive pact? Oh no. What about guarantee independence? No. Damn. Who else likes us? Austria does. Yeah, nobody wants to take on France. Who are they rivaling? Yeah, Great Britain. How come you hate us, Great Britain? Prussia. What does Prussia think of us? Erg. I'm surprised this lobby opportunity means a whole bunch of nothing for us. Yeah, see, I could give them like a million things here. It's not going to do anything. Yeah, like, look at this. Okay. Oh boy, France is gonna cause. I mean, we have a decent military to possibly hold them off, but now I'm just getting nervous about it. Company monopoly. I mean, yeah, we don't have a lot of logging camps anyway. I'll give the Hudson's Bay Company. But I don't even know if I want to accept this. Like, I don't want to give Great Britain investment rights in our country. What about Egypt? Oh, wait a second. We're not messing with Egypt again. I forgot about that. They screwed us last time. Now, we do have the 18th ranked military. We really would need, though, a large power. Um, you know, let's end our embargo on these guys. I forgot we were still doing that. We gotta think about this here. I usually just give out stuff until the option ticks up for a defensive pact. Yeah, I mean we're not far off from this, but like we'll give you no tariffs. Oh. No subventions. Investment rights. Maybe we'll just do it for 15 years. A treaty port. They don't even want that. Yeah, even if I give away all the stuff that I don't want to give away, we still can't do it. I'm surprised, though, about Russia. Like, we're supposed to be buddies here. Russia must have research to form an additional alliance. I can't do goods transfer or anything like that because I'll be paying for that forever. Yeah, I just don't think there's going to be an option for it. All right. So we're just going to have to get ourselves right. Speaking of which, it's time we formed the third army I like to keep, which is a National Guard, a defensive army. So let's build them up. Ooh, an artillery. Oh, this guy's nice. I would want him in the main army, actually. An agitator. Yeah, why don't we move you? You'll stay over there, and I want you in here. We'll do that. Okay, and so now we want just, ooh, skirmish infantry. But we don't have munitions. Mande people are having a hard time getting employed in Fez due to the prejudices of some Maghrebi employers. -2 for their standard of living. 5 year. How many of them are there in Fez? Let's see. Mende. So there's not a lot of them. What's their standard of living? Ooh, pretty bad. damn, the laborers are at 5.4. Oh, well, the vast majority of them are... Yeah. I don't want to lose the authority. I'm sorry, guys. The populist base of the rural folk has turned against supporting foreign entanglements. Pressure from within has led the group to distance themselves from the anti-Ottomans. Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to rival the Ottomans, to be honest. Despite history itself, I don't really want to rival them. Alright, let's see what this is. Oh, legislative failures. Yeah. Oh, it ended the whole damn thing. Damn. See, yeah, we need voting rights to also get recognition eventually. Yeah, we need dyes. We could use that. We really could use those synthetics plants. Okay. Yeah, no way on that one. So we could try to go to wealth voting. I don't want to do landed voting. Alright, well, let's try wealth voting. I want to get onto some type of voting rights. I'm guessing you can't join a power block by choice. Not really by choice. So you could... so you can do certain things to increase your own leverage. So, like, I can bring their power block embassy in. I forget, what are the other things? There's certain things you could do, although it's all different now because of these treaties. But yeah, you basically would try to add British leverage over you. And then once your leverage reaches 200, you can ask to join a power block if that power block has like a positive 200 leverage on you. All right, let's lower taxes. I mean, we got a full reserve. Actually, yeah, let's take the consumption tax off of this. I know our budget makes it kind of bonkers, but we're taxing the number one thing that the lower classes consume. This one really pisses me off, though. We have a lobby opportunity for an alliance, and we can't even do it. What good are you, Russia? Alright. Oh, so, okay, so we gotta build... Well, we gotta build more battalions. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh no, we're good on that. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so this is what happened. Appointed bureaucrats first for stronger intelligentsia that could... Ah! Yeah, great point. Appointed bureaucrats. Oh, I forgot. We're still on hereditary bureaucrats. Yeah. Thank you for the reminder. We're going to go to that next if this doesn't work, or even if it does work. The disrespect for Morocco from the major powers is crazy. I know. Do you not recognize what what we can become? You could give Russia stuff in a treaty with no alliance and just wait for the articles to add more opinion, then renegotiate. That is an interesting tactic, yeah. That could work, right? Problem is, I don't even necessarily really want to give away a lot of this stuff. The only thing I don't mind giving away is trade privileges. Investment rights I absolutely don't want to give up. The company monopoly, I mean, I don't mind giving it away on logging camps because we have so little of them. Oh, that's right, but we'd have to give them investment rights for them to even get that. To be honest, you're unrecognized, so I guess they aren't taking you seriously. Yeah, I know, that's the problem. I'm unrecognized. And so getting voting rights would help with that. I don't think, yeah, they don't care about any of that. Oh, we got Venezuela on our side. I mean, honestly, I'd take anybody on my side right now. So we could use some munitions. So we can't build munitions. Why do we have access to skirmish infantry? Oh. Alright, considering the French are coming, I'll go with percussion cap. Oh yeah, rifling. This will be helpful. Rifling and triage. Try the USA. Yeah, let's see what they're about. Oh, they're protective. Good call. Hey, they got Abraham Lincoln. Come on, Abe. Yeah, they're even more reluctant, though. How about some trade privileges, though? Actually, I wouldn't mind trade privileges with the United States. Huh. So not with this, but... Yeah, no, they don't want that for some reason. So I have a shot at this, but I don't have 100 of that. What's Brazil's strength these days? They're not so bad, actually. Yeah, you know, the other problem is, I think that people know... oh, look at that. Yeah, because I'm unrecognized. Historically, Morocco did play on the USA relations to protect them from England. Oh, interesting. So did Algeria. There's a really cool museum in Algiers. It's mainly focused on the revolution, but it also shows like the history of Algeria, and I thought it was really cool while I was there. Just being Algerian American, they had a signed letter from George Washington in the museum, recognizing the initial government of Algeria, which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, the U.S. has had quite a bit of history with Algeria. The activities of Hassan ibn Fuad have stirred up significant public opposition to the enaction of wealth voting. Certain figures in the armed forces are concerned as to how this could affect support. Yeah, let's do that. Interesting you want that. Do you want to give me a defensive pact? Actually, they're not as opposed to it. But no. Also, JFK really supported the Algerian independence from France. So there was also that. All right. How about Portugal? What is their opinion? Nope. Not them. They don't like us. Okay. So I keep coming back to this. So we're not going to do skirmish infantry yet. We'll do line infantry to start. We can always upgrade them. Let's do these guys in Fez. Start with 15. Then, why don't we build... Do we have guns in this state yet? Yeah, we do. And we have them here. We have 2 there. Oh, I wonder, can we stop subsidizing these things now? Most countries won't like you from the diplomatic incident you had a while ago. Oh, yeah. Well, no, our infamy is down now. Yeah, we were notorious because of that broken alliance. But now our infamy is back down to reputable, so it shouldn't have too much of an impact anymore. Why is your treasury still full, even with a negative balance? I noticed that in my game, too. So, I'm pretty sure what it is... yeah. So, we're on laissez-faire. So, anything we build is automatically up for privatization. So, you can see here, they're privatizing buildings as we build them. So like my trade centers, all the stuff I've been building, they basically are just buying it up. Like the company in the financial districts, which is fine with me. Ooh, philosophy department. How is paper these days? We still got a good amount. So let's get us a philosophy department. So what are we doing now? Look at that. We're up to 62. That's not bad. Oh, so we're going to need to make some explosives. Yeah, when Egypt needed help and we didn't help. Well, you know, Egypt. Hey, do you want to... Hey guys, do you want to help me in a fight I'm about to have with Mike Tyson? Nah, man. That's all on you. Mostly businesses and homes have been attacked all across Fez by groups of Amazigh people. We're gonna have to lose the authority. -5 standard of living is a bit too much. We have secured funding for philosophy departments in all of our institutions of higher learning. The University of Fez has chosen to focus this funding on advancing Hegelian dialectics. Nice. It should be said, a full treasury isn't necessary. No, a full treasury is really bad. It's not a good thing. So, we need to fix that, though, but... Maslow's sort of makes a good point, though. Like, we've been on a negative balance for a long time, and we just keep going up. That's because they're just buying up our buildings left and right. Yeah, what do we have? Anything? We got a couple. So we have some fishing and livestock, motors and steel. Okay. And look at that. The investment pool is still just still just massive. Man, if I could get investment rights somewhere and yeah, if I could get investment rights somewhere and then give this company investment rights. Let's see, where could I get investment rights? Ooh, it's possible here. What's their deal? Because they have iron here, right? No. They literally have nothing my company can build. I thought it was the growing GDP that kept the treasury full. I guess privatizing is a must. Taxes are better than dividends. Yeah, taxes are definitely better than dividends, especially for government-owned buildings are not very good to have in the game. The GDP, if the GDP was good, we would have a positive balance because the GDP gives you minting, so it gets added into your budget. So it doesn't get added into the treasury unless the budget is in the positive. But in terms of government dividends, so if you look at the economic laws, let's just take like interventionism. Plus 25% government dividends efficiency. So by default you have 25% government dividends efficiency. So that means, let's see, if you're on traditionalism, it doesn't do anything to it. Yeah. So by default, any government-owned building, the dividends that the government is getting, you only keep 25% of them. So with interventionism, you get plus 25%, but that basically means the dividends the government earns on a building it owns, you're losing half of it. It just disappears. Let's see, laissez-faire. Laissez-faire is kind of good because the government dividends all go into the reinvestment pool, but they don't go back to your budget. There's no law that gives you a 100% government dividends efficiency, meaning there's no possible way for a government-owned building to hold on to all of its dividends. So that's why it's generally not great to have government-owned buildings. Now, I mean, I don't think it's awful. I mean, I think sometimes you should, you should have a government-owned building here and there, but in terms of your budget, it doesn't really help you all that much. It's better for the building to be privately owned, because then the private owners keep all of their dividends, and that money gets put back into the investment pool, and you get it back in taxes. So yeah, taxes are always better than dividends. Implementing a proper voting system for the upcoming wealth voting elections has put a strain on the Moroccan government's administrative capacities. Yeah, we'll take the enactment time hit. I think government-owned buildings are better on something like command economy. Yeah, let me take a look. Yeah. So it's better on this one, plus 40%. But that means you only have a 65% government dividends efficiency on this. So in the end, you're still losing 35% of your dividends. So government-owned buildings are best on command economy. And I thought there was one other one. Yeah, I think it's laissez-faire, because 100% of them go into reinvestment. So yeah, you keep at least 65% of the dividends, but again, you're not keeping 100% of it, which kind of sucks. oof, but look at that. You assume 90% of the construction costs. That's a lot. Yeah, yeah. So still not as good, but better. See, I feel like with I've never. I'll be honest. I've never really played around with command economy all that much. I should try a run with it just to see what it's like. But I don't know if 65% government dividends efficiency, like on that, the vast majority, it disables privatization. So the vast majority of your buildings are government owned. You're keeping only 65% of the income, but you're assuming 90% of the construction costs. So I feel like you couldn't have a very large construction sector, because I don't think you would be earning enough in dividends to really cover it. I guess unless you really had very, very cheap construction materials. I think. Well, command economy is essentially government controlled everything. Yeah. Yeah, government controlled everything. And so you would really need. I guess if you already had a lot of buildings, and then you switch to command economy and assume control of a lot of them, then even though you're only getting 65% government dividends efficiency, you're getting a lot of dividends. That and cooperative ownership and full communist, or at least more communist. Yeah. So cooperative ownership is an interesting one, right? So you still get the majority of the construction cost, but 100% of your dividends. Yeah, 100% of your dividends, though, goes into the investment pool, which you don't use for building. But everything is worker owned. Everything is worker owned, but they only get 35% of the construction allocation. It'd be interesting. Thanks for taking the time to explain that. I was quite confused by that. Oh, cool. Yeah, absolutely. Anytime, anytime. Let's see. Doom Desire. Oh, hey, Doom Desire. Hello, hello. The thing that I don't like about laissez-faire now is that you can't give company monopolies, yeah, which I like doing when I slot a company in for a few years so they can buy up all the buildings from me, yeah, and they get it at a discount. I would love to be able to give this company a monopoly right now, but I can't because we're on laissez-faire. So yeah, it does give it a bit of a drawback, but the only reason why I don't mind it is because I feel like it always kind of seemed like laissez-faire was just the thing to go to. Like, it was such an obvious decision. Now, at least, there's some significant drawbacks to laissez-faire. So laissez-faire is still better, or interventionism. Now I think it's not a clear answer. I think before it was kind of a clear answer, laissez-faire was always best, right? Now I think interventionism can be better. So I think it depends on the situation, right? Like, the unique situation we had going here was that we had a massive investment pool. And so I needed the private sector to take the majority of those costs. So laissez-faire was better for us because it made the private sector assume more of the cost of construction, which eased our budget a little bit. And I think laissez-faire is still good in the sense that you're not losing any of your government dividends. You don't keep them in your budget, but they're not just disappearing, right? Like on interventionism, you get plus 25% government dividends efficiency, so you get a total of 50% government dividends efficiency. So on interventionism, any building that's owned by the government, half of the dividends just disappear. It goes nowhere. But at least with laissez-faire, even though it's not going into your budget, at least they're going somewhere. They're going into the investment pool. So there's that too. I think that is pretty big. Plus this investment pool contribution efficiency. So like capitalists, like 25% of what the capitalists invest, you just get additional money for nothing. And the company charters. Company charters, if you don't have enough charters, you're spending authority on it. And so if you have voting rights and you're on presidential republic, you don't have a lot of authority. So company charters become very difficult to attain. So laissez-faire is still good, but I think interventionism can now be just as equally good in certain situations. Also depends on your own goals for the game. Yeah, exactly. I would love to see you do less meta runs, like going full agrarian or cooperative ownership. Oh, I've done quite a few full-on socialist runs. In fact, the reason why I'm trying to do like a capitalist run here is because my runs always end up super socialist. So when I did my Transvaal into South Africa run, we were full-on red flag South Africa. The Paraguay run that I did, that turned into we weren't as communist as South Africa was, but that was a communist run. So I'm kind of leaning into that with Morocco because I don't think I've really done a full-on capitalist run yet. An associate of Hassan ibn Fuad has approached a major Fez newspaper requesting an original poem subtly indicating opposition to the inaction of wealth voting be published in its papers. Ooh. Okay, we'll take that. Also, you can't nationalize buildings. Which with some nations, it's often optimal to give out investment rights and then nationalize buildings later. Yeah. Oh, wait, but why would you ever nationalize? It seems like a net loss. So I think that if a company doesn't have monopoly rights, I guess what would be the optimal situation for that? Well, now though, companies can buy buildings from financial districts. So you don't necessarily have to nationalize a building in order for the company to get it. But I do think if you weren't on laissez-faire, you could nationalize a building, and then when you give the company monopoly rights, they get a discount on the building when they buy it from you. So you could do that in order to give the company a discount on the building. Also because those foreign buildings make foreign capitalists rich, not your own. Yeah, you mean like they just employ your people. Yeah, that's why you never want to give investment rights to somebody. They employ your people, but they're basically taking your dividends and basically your wealth out of your country. All right, we're going to do a very, very quick bathroom break, get another drink. Twitch is about to run an ad on us here, so we'll go to break so that nobody misses anything. So I'll be right back. All right, and we're back. Damn it, I did it again. I went to the bathroom, forgot to pause the game. And as I went to the bathroom, or actually, at that point I was getting a drink. I heard we got a tech. All right, let's see what I missed here. Optimally, you don't want to allow privatization later on. So the foreign investment investors have to build and not just buy already built companies. Yeah. And especially if people have foreign investment, have investment rights, if other countries have investment rights in your country, and then you switch to laissez-faire, and everything automatically goes up to privatization, that foreign country is going to buy all of your buildings up from you immediately. With some nations, it's often optimal to give out investment rights and then nationalize buildings later. Like what nations? Big population, I suppose. Big population and super low tech. So China, India, Ethiopia. So Morocco as an example. You could as Morocco, but you don't really have enough people to make it worthwhile. Wait, so with some nations, it's often optimal to give out investment rights and then nationalize buildings. Well, if remember, if you nationalize a building owned by a foreign country, though, you also incur negative relations with them, and it could lead to like diplomatic plays, especially if they're a larger nation than you. I generally don't think it's good to give away investment rights at all, really. I think the only situation I can think of would be if you were a very small country and you can't really afford a lot of construction sectors, and on top of it, your investment pool is very small, so your private queue is not building. Or I think it's okay. So I think a situation where you would want to give out investment rights, if you run into a situation where your investment pool has run out of money, so you are incurring the full cost of the construction sector, and so you can't build anymore because you're gonna, go into default and go into massive debt because you can't sustain the entire cost of the construction sector. If you gave foreign investment rights, you could still have people building in your country, even though you can't sustain it. We should have short breaks more often. That way, we will research everything first. Yeah, right. Take a break every 20 minutes so we can look our stuff up. Honestly, hats down to Paradox. They did good with all this system. I like it. Yeah, it's intense. It's very, very intense and very elaborate. Investment rights are actually fine as a large country. That's true. Like Qing, you can because you have so many people. It doesn't matter. When you're like a large country, especially if you're a great power, you can give them away. Like I have an offline U.S. run I'm doing right now. I did give foreign investment rights to France, but only because they gave them back to me. And so they're building in my country, but I'm also building in theirs. But at the same time, I know that I can possibly take them in a war. And if I wanted to take my buildings back, it's possible I could do that. If you were a smaller country, you couldn't really be able to actually do that. And if you're a large country, especially if you were like the United States or something like that, where you have many states and many people, the foreign country is not going to be able to build quick enough to take all of your wealth out of your country. Especially Qing, you have so many. Yeah, if you were Great Qing, you could give foreign investment rights away. Because you could easily just keep up with them. The other thing is, if your country is just all peasants, giving them jobs is better than them staying peasants because people with jobs pay taxes. Yeah, this is true. So this is kind of the trade-off, right? Like, this is true. If they're working, they're paying taxes, more money. But I also feel like you could also get them employed in your own buildings, right? Build up your construction sectors, get them employed. It's slower, but eventually, like, you'll get them employed. They'll pay taxes, but you're going to reach a point where, unless you have a lot of peasants, you're going to run out of peasants, and suddenly this other country owns all of the buildings you can legitimately employ. I guess that's always my worry. Like in Morocco here, let's see. Our two main states here are Fez and Marrakesh. In Fez, so we have 219,000 peasants, which, you know, is a good amount. 147,000 here. But honestly, 147,000 peasants, this can dwindle down very quickly. If we gave away foreign investment rights and we weren't building quick enough, we could run out of peasants in this state. Yeah, smaller country giving investment rights away isn't very good. As Ching, employing everyone on your own takes a very, very long time, though. Investment rights does help a lot. Yeah. I mean, there are situations, I think, where they can be beneficial. Personally, I'm very stingy with it. I get nervous about giving them away to people, especially if I'm not large enough yet. And benefits of foreign investment is that the other country actually boosts your GDP and decreases theirs at the same time. Sneaky way to weaken enemy. This is true. This is true. But remember, too, there's also now, if you give a country foreign investment rights and their company starts building in your country, once they build 5 levels of a building in your country, they can create a regional headquarters. And then once they have a regional headquarters in your country, the regional headquarters will, so they'll build buildings. They're employing your pops. This is true, but their wealth is going back to their country, and their reinvestment is going back to their investment pool. So, for instance, let's say the combined Moroccan metal syndicate had investment rights in Spain, and they built a regional HQ in Toledo. All of the iron mines we owned in Toledo, the reinvestment we have, that reinvestment is going back to our investment pool. So you're, oh great, oh no. So you're extracting wealth at a greater rate as well from the other country. Whereas with regular foreign investment, the other country might own the building, the dividends are going back to them, but the amount of reinvestment is going back to your investment pool, as opposed to it going back to their own. All right, France is starting to get a little too iffy here. Yeah, we still have no real option there. If you just nationalize the entire portfolio of the regional HQ, it disappears from your country. This is true, but also remember, you need to have, you need to have a lot of money to do that. You need to have a lot of money to do that. Otherwise, you're going to go into debt and debt spiral. And after you nationalize all their buildings, if they still have the foreign investment rights, they could just build some more and then rebuild that HQ again. And here you are, you're already like teetering on default. Regional HQs are very weird outside of the beta. Man, they are great. Like, if you are somebody who has companies and can get investment rights in another country, regional HQs are like a wealth extracting machine. Well, at least with proportionate taxes, you get them to tax their dividends going back to their country. Yeah, this is true, right? The taxes. You know, I've never done a deep dive into the taxes itself. That's a good question. Because if the reinvestment is going back to their country, are the taxes going back? You would think the taxes go back to yours, right? So that's true. Go on proportionate taxes to even it out a little bit. Well, you can't nationalize while they have investment rights. Yeah. Yeah, you would have to break that investment rights agreement. So it kind of depends on what you created as well. They are, but regional HQs are buggy right now. This is also true. Along with a few other things, if we're being honest. See, it's crazy, though. It seems like I have a better shot at a defensive pact with Great Britain. A few pointed comments from Hassan ibn Fuad have left Muhammad Tisba scrambling for a simple price, a loaf of bread. The debates on wealth voting have since stalled. Yeah, we'll take this. Or actually, no, yeah, we'll take this one. I don't mind that as much. Personally, the way I see it is if you are Qing and let everyone invest in you, their private sectors are stunting their own national development, building you up. This is true. And it's a great point. But you remember too, the building owners are still getting a lot of income. Income that they couldn't make in their country. Which are making them making them wealthier. But you're right, they are using their investment pool. But if they have a substantial investment pool already, you're not really losing much there, right? But you're gaining wealth. Like, the way I see it is, that's a building that could be making your pops wealthy as opposed to somebody else. Because even if they lose investment rights, they can keep investing with the regional HQ. Yeah. Exactly. I just went proportionate with Japan and noticed I had a lot of dividend taxes from a lot of regional. Oh, okay. So you checked. Okay, cool. So we know then for sure. Okay. So that's an interesting thing. So if you have regional HQs in your country, you might want to go proportionate taxation, so that at least you're getting some of that wealth back. This is like a whole other game compared to earlier. It really is. 1.9 has changed this game so much. It really is like a different game. There's so many new mechanics here that are like core fundamental parts of the game. Qing is a very specific example as well, though, as they have an extraordinary amount of... Yeah, to a point where you basically never run out. This is true. There's no other country like Qing, right? This is, to me, this just sounds like a headache to play. All the amount of states you have and the amount of people. Yeah, there isn't really another country like that. All right, so let's you know, we should be making sure. Yeah, France is damaging relations. We need to make sure we're improving relations. We don't need to embargo. I thought I stopped embargoing Spain. What happened there? Yeah, we also don't need to be embargoing the Ottomans anymore. Is anybody still in? You know, you guys can just suck it up. So what we can do is we can make sure that we continue to keep relations high, and then at least they can't attack us from there. It'll buy us some time. Yeah, France gets a claim on you if they finish their Algeria journal entry. Yeah, yeah, they already have the claims, so they're trying to. We know what they want to do. Yeah, I'm definitely trying a Japan game with full foreign investment to see what happens. Yeah. Yeah, that would be, I guess Japan would be an interesting one. I mean, you're isolationist, at least at the beginning. Well, yeah, I guess, I don't know why I said that. I don't know why that factors into foreign investment. Alright, so we'll build that next construction sector. Yeah, that'll do it. Expel our diplomats. Oh boy. Despite not enjoying full rights under Moroccan law, some wealthier North Caucasian people have begun moving into neighborhoods and frequenting establishments they would normally be excluded from. You know what else we should be doing? Let's slow down for a second here. I need to make sure I have stuff for my mobilization options ready to go. Yeah, I am not ready for that. Let's build up. Let's build up some sugar plantations. The sugar plantations, we need a significant amount of food industries. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, why did I do... the sugar... Oh, I did in Fez. Oh, good. Okay. Because I also would want some in Marrakesh. Japan is a really fun military run. Yeah, I agree. Japan is a really fun one. I still have to get the achievement for Japan, which bugs me. I need to do that. Because Japan is fun because also they're isolationist, but you have everything you need within your borders. This is going to be either a game over or an epic resistance war. Yeah. Well, I don't think... If France does declare on us, I don't think they're going to take every state. And if they did, I think Britain would join in on that. So even if Britain isn't creating a defensive pact with us, I believe we would still be able to get them in. Ah, look at that. I thought, though, France's infamy would be a little higher than that. Japan has amazing special companies. Yeah, so I would definitely play it at 1.9. They do. They've got a lot of really cool stuff. You know, I have to do an offline Japan run. I haven't done one on 1.9 yet. I love the more companies mod for that reason. Many special companies. Yeah, I've heard about that one. I've heard it's pretty good, right? Are the companies balanced? That's always the thing I'm worried about with mods. Like, are people actually balancing everything out in a good way? Like, I forget what it was. There was a mod I saw one time where it added companies. The companies were banks. So, like, if you're Switzerland, you get like a Swiss bank. And I feel like the like the benefits the bank provided, it looked like, I was just like, this is crazy. Like, you basically win the game if you have that. All right. Van Diemen's Lander Proletariat Revolt is improving relations with us. What the hell? You know, an Australia run is also one I want to do at some point, like on stream. And I haven't done one in India yet on stream. They aren't very balanced for 1.9 yet, but they're working on it. Okay, that's cool. So eventually. Oh, you know, do we have... No, we don't. Okay, we need to get our... We need to get this stuff situated. Though the wealth voting law sees agreement in principle, there are two mutually exclusive clauses. Industrialists and armed forces want the law to favor them, while Hassan ibn Fuad chastises both of them for opportunism. Well, we'll see what happens. All right. We do want to keep the armed forces happy at the moment in case we get attacked here. Don't be shy and play it online. Just need to figure out a pun. Oh, you mean, yeah. Like the countries I was saying I want to play, like Japan and Australia. Yeah, that's all I need is a good pun, and I got myself a stream idea. You know me too well. I'm all about the stream pun, especially for Victoria 3. They have like 600 plus companies. They need to add goods, prestige goods, and balance. Oh, I see. They don't have the prestige goods set yet. Okay. Yeah, Japan anime run by spamming art. I love it. Yeah, I love too that I feel like when 1.9 first released, I feel like there were a lot of streams of people like taking Sweden and saying they're creating like a super IKEA run. Which is funny because, you know, creating the furniture companies in Sweden is kind of ideal since they have so much logging. So you really can create an IKEA run. All right, so now we're building up our National Guard army, so this is good. Okay, the company... What? The trade center in Fez is pissing me off. What is wrong here? Is it the Merchant Marines? And why can I never find anything on the... Oh, yeah, it is. Well, not so much, but we could use a little more, so let's do that. Hey! Azerbaijani. Bass... Okay. So let's get another port there. We'll do that next. What else is clogging them up? So the lead mines in inner Morocco. Well, we could use probably some more of this. What is it in our market? How are ceramics? Could use a couple more. So, because I want to get this company prosperous. You know, honestly, so we're about to finish that. I'm going to pause for a second here. I could go for joint stock companies next for the purposes of creating the new military company they created. That might be pretty good. Actually, so could this one. And minus 10% military goods cost. That might be the next one we go for. And it might be beneficial to us in terms of war. Wait, where's the... oh, here we go, this one. But 5% army offense. I might do that. I wish we were getting tech spread on it. Alright, we can unpause. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to reevaluate these things. So we're going to do joint stock companies, percussion cap, and triage, and then rifling. Because, so we could use this company... The military, minus 10% military goods costs will be very beneficial. And then we can do the prestige good of high-grade explosives. Explosives will be a good thing for us because we have sulfur and we can create fertilizer. And munitions because we also have lead. So I think this actually would be a good company for us. And we could look to start exporting our prestige explosives good and munitions. Like, what are explosives on the world market? Yeah, look at that. Munitions would be profitable as well. Not so much explosives, but if we got the prestige good, that might help that. So we're going to go with that. And what are you guys building? More iron, more iron. You know, both of these... you know, it might be worth not having bulk trading. What are merchant marines in this market? Oh, yeah. Ah, here we go. Yeah, military goods companies can be very profitable. Especially with the world market now. Military goods companies used to not be very profitable before the trade update. Because it was so hard to, like, really get trade routes out and then the trade routes to advance to higher levels. But now you really can. Now you really can. Especially, too, with prestige goods. If you get a prestige, like, gun or artillery, then people in the world market will trend more towards getting your good. Now, one thing that's pretty beneficial to us right now is if we did have to go to war, we've got a lot of reserves to help get us through it. So even though you don't want to have a ton of reserves, and I'm clearly not trying to, even though our budget has been negative for a very long time, this will help us, actually. Let's see. What are we subventioning? Oh, glass, dye, and steel. How are our glass exports? So, Bremen. Okay. How do we want to play this? How do we want to play this? I would like to get another construction sector going. Organizers affiliated with the absolutist movement have embarked on a focus campaign to inspire support for interventionism in Inner Morocco. The absolutist movement always sucks. You guys suck. Look at this, everybody's happy though. Wealth voting, how long have we been in the introduction phase? You're killing me. You're absolutely killing me. Following the arrest of a prominent opponent to wealth voting, Hassan ibn Fuad has begun a public letter-writing campaign to demonstrate support for them. Oh, man. Okay. Alright, at least we're not going to lose our job creators. Slaves on one of our nation's mercantile ships have risen up, seized control of the ship, and sailed to nearby France. Man, imagine all of the added buy orders we could get in our market if we got rid of slavery. Yeah, we'll do this one. Yeah, yeah. The absolutists did hear me, I think. Those jerks. Ugh. Well, I should suppress you guys. Actually, they're listening. No, I mean, we're cool. We're cool, guys. We're cool. You know, look at this. We're up to 39th. I haven't looked over at that in a while. Okay. You know, do we have any arts academies? We do. In Inner Morocco. Oh my god. Maxwell, hey, hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Is Morocco a fun start? It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. You have a lot of peasants to work with. You have some good resources. You have most of the resources you need. Wood is a little tough, but, you know, with the trade centers now, it's not so bad. France doesn't mess with you at the beginning, though they're messing with us now. Mainly because they have all of Algeria now. Although they haven't really messed with us. They have a claim on our states. They haven't attacked us yet. But, yeah. Morocco's a lot of fun. I was watching your rank for the past hour. 40 to 41 to 40 to 41. I'm glad somebody's keeping an eye on it. Yeah, I stopped looking after a while. But we're in the 30s now. Let's see, what's our procedures at 140? Let's see what the list is here. Oh, we're battling Egypt. Ooh, why? Nice. What is the plan from here? So I'm trying to do mainly a GDP run. So also I would like to form Maghreb, though that'll be fairly difficult. But I want to try to form Maghreb. I want to try to have one of the top GDPs in the world. We've stalled a little bit on that, but you know, the line is going up. But we've pretty much stayed around the low 30s here. The most prominent members of Marrakesh high society have been organizing luxurious parties in the new and lavish urban buildings. What is their current? Yeah, we could afford this, actually. So for what we're doing at the moment here, hey, yeah, look at that, rank 38th. We're climbing. Mainly, I think, because our power projection is going up because we're building up our military here. So yeah, we're currently at the moment building up our military because we're getting a little afraid of France. Because they made claims on us. They expelled our diplomats. So not good. I think we can afford another sector. Company's not doing great. The trade centers in Fez, although we own 11 levels of it too. So the lead mines, the trade centers are not doing well. The lead mines, I think, once we get this glassworks going, that might help the lead mines. The trade center, though, is a mystery to me here. Why it's losing so much money? We are losing quite a bit on the export prices here. See, okay, I could really use trade privileges with Great Britain here. Ah, excellent. There we go. Oh, no, no, no. I didn't want it to be for 5 years. Ah, that was so stupid. I forgot to check. Can I renegotiate? Will you guys take it for 25 years? Oh, look at that. They might actually. Ah, I got greedy. Okay. Yeah, there we go. 25 years. That's what I want. So, whoa. This trade center just suddenly bumped up. Look at that. Look at that. Immediately, the trade center's profitable. So what a little treaty will do for you. And so now... Oh, nice. Here we go. That's good. Yeah, look at that. Finally, the trade center is up and running. Okay. Oh. And then just like that, it's back down. Never mind. Oh, they got greedy and they started doing other stuff. Why so bad for this? Oh, I bet Prussia... Yeah, Prussia is like a major importer. Well, of course it's profitable. Us Brits are the king of profit. Yeah. That's why. I think getting trade privileges with Great Britain is just one of the best things to do in the game. Because there's so much there you could utilize. Let's see here. Printers and gazettes affiliated with the armed forces have sensationalized the wealth voting law, and the public has misconstrued it since. Hassan ibn Fuad has taken advantage of the public confusion for his own agenda. Alright, we got a little bit there. I might, you know, ooh, yeah, no, we can't do that. Well, trade privileges with a big power as a smaller country is always... That's true, yeah. That's true, I guess when you're a smaller country, it could be any of the great powers, and you'd be good. But at least in Victoria 3, Great Britain is the greatest of great powers. Let's see, are they still number 1? Yep. Numero uno. I mean, especially, too, with Great Britain, because they have so many places around the world in their market. So, yeah, such a big market, you can see. Yep, the sun never sets on that market. We're still in that time. That king has so many traits. Whoa, yeah. Well, I feel like he picked up a few. See, it's too bad, like, we got a wasted enlightened royalist here. Like, if we had the tech, we could go for multiculturalism, but it's too bad. Yeah, he got cocaine addict. I don't know which ones he did. Oh, I forgot. We've been dealing with his expensive tastes for a while. All right, who's the heir? Of course he has to have expensive tastes, too. And he's a landowner slaver. Oh, no. We got to get off of monarchy here before this guy takes power. How are you bald at 19? Maybe because you're into slavery and smoking. Maybe you should look into that. Maybe that's why you're bald at 19. Looking like Homer Simpson hair at 19 years old. I know. What a terrible air. What a terrible hair. But I did it. I went there. All right. Landowner slaver. You're going to be stuck with the landowners forever. Yeah. I know. Unless I can get off slavery here. And I can't get... You know, it's interesting. I feel like actually this has been one of the most... I would say one of the most difficult runs I've had. Which is funny because I haven't really been attacked. But I feel like by 1875 I'm usually further along than this. I don't know why... What the hindrance has been here. I mean, maybe I'm not actually being hindered, but it feels like it in some way. I mean, I can't be that hindered. I have this massive investment pool. You know, it would be nice to get the steel company and finally get Inner Morocco off of this bad construction efficiency. Yeah, the agitator sucks. An authoritarian armed forces guy. And he's taken up our only slot. Like, if I get the event to exile him, that guy's going to be gone in a moment. The problem is, if I exile him now, it's going to piss off the armed forces, and I know the moment I piss them off, that's when France declares against me. We could afford the radicals. Maybe I do exile them. A railroad accident in Marrakesh only narrowly avoided heavy fatalities due to the quick thinking of the train's engineer, who perished in the crash. Only a few people died. The wreckage will still take some time to clear. Well, if I exiled him, let's see who we have in the pipeline. So we have the armed forces in government. Could I get somebody that would like voting rights, first off, and then presidential republic? Definitely not a royalist. Okay, so maybe this guy. But these guys have like no acceptance. Oh yeah, but we have no migration control, so they could still come in. Let's do that. Let's get rid of this guy. Let's put him in jail. Hassan ibn Fuad has been arrested and put on trial for crimes related to his political agitation. He faces an unsympathetic judge and a lengthy jail sentence if convicted. Let's see. The positivist movement. Yeah, we could afford that from them. Yeah, let's do that. Not like the current agitator is doing anything for you anyway. Yeah, he's doing a whole bunch of nothing. Oh, crap. I forgot about the religion. I forgot about that. Ugh. I forgot about the religion. Damn state religion. That agitator was actually generating so many events. I even wondered if he was the king. Yeah, right? It did seem like everything was coming from him. You know, also, he was one of our generals. Let's make sure. Yeah. We need somebody for the National Guard now. We got another one of these artillery commanders. I don't mind it. Defense. Ooh, actually, in elevated terrain. If France attacked us, well, what's this? Members of the Moroccan-Russian Fellowship have discreetly dispatched one of their number to amplify their mission in Morocco's most widely read newspaper. Well, we don't want to piss the landowners off too much here. Oh, no, not that. I don't want to look at that. Who's in this? Oh, that's interesting. They'll lose one here. Or we can have them gain one. But I don't think we have the legitimacy. Yeah, I don't want to lose the legitimacy. Is there a chance France doesn't attack at all? There is. There is a good chance they don't. Especially, too, I think the more we raise our power prestige, and the more we stay on the good side of their big rival, Great Britain, they very well might not attack. But I think we still have to be building all of this stuff because that's what's going to deter them. All right. Oh, let's speed up here. Oh yeah, wait. So I was looking at. So having somebody with defense in mountain passages might be good because if France attacks, it's going to be coming from here. They can't pass through here. So it would all be right here. And this is mountainous. So actually this might be a good general for us there. Alright, yeah, let's do that. Oh, well finally, it progressed to consideration. Ooh, we're about a little bit over the 3-hour mark. I think we'll take the last break of the run. What is institutions like? Yeah, just the colonial affairs. You actually got a historical character there. Abd al-Karim al-Khattabi created the Al-Rif Republic for 5 years. Oh, really? Was that one of the generals? No. Do we? Where's our... I think the only historical character we have is this guy. So a character's only historical if they have this green background on them. Oh wait, was it... Oh no, not one of these guys. Yeah, he was in the recruitment pool. Oh, this guy. Huh. It must be a coincidence then, because he doesn't have the green background. That's interesting. Oh, what happened? Oh, yeah, because we're... Okay. Alright, yeah, I'm going to take... I just need to do a quick bathroom break. This one will actually be a short break. This will be the last break for tonight. So I'll be right back. Alright, and we are back. And we're back. Let's do this. Alright, so we're building up our military, which is good. Let's see. Alright, so, well, at least this trade center's doing well. Ooh, tea sucks. How's the company doing? Okay, they're almost there. Your heir is also named after the rebel guy that made the Riff Republic, which is ironic. Oh, really? Abd al-Karim al-Awahi? Oh, interesting. That's funny. I wonder if it's they just don't have enough like names in their generator. Because that's funny that it would be like an historical name, but they don't have the green background. Unless maybe this really is the guy and it's just a bug that they don't have the green background. Alright, so trade centers are doing well. Okay, so we're almost done there, and then we're about to get everything we need for mobilization options. Now, how's everything here? So we could do with more tools in Marrakesh, and then we'll do more construction. Oh, we can go to steel tools. So why don't we... Oh, we're still subsidizing it. We don't need to. Okay, so what we'll do is... We'll do that. And then when it's done, we'll switch to steel tools. By the way, I'm half Algerian, half Moroccan. Oh, well, hello there. So I'll be throwing some lore from time to time, if that's okay. I love it. Throw it my way. Lord knows I've been throwing a bunch of Algerian lore at everybody as we've as I've gone through this when it was relevant. I love the historical context of stuff in this game. I didn't do it for this run because I got too busy, but usually before I start a new run, I like to look up like the history of the place and like what was going on in that place like right before the game starts on January 1st, 1836. So I love the historical stuff. My guy Jack on here is going to help me create a Discord server. One of the things I've always wanted to do if I had a Discord server was, before I start a new run, have a section on the server where I put up a bunch of links to like some of the history of a place I'm about to take. The other thing I want to start doing, I thought would be cool, and I didn't think of it in time to do it here, being very much into soccer, get the national team jersey of the country I'm playing as and wear that on stream. I would have loved to get a Morocco jersey, although I don't know if that's allowed as an Algerian. I mean, it's not like I'd be wearing an Egypt jersey. I don't know if I'd be able to do that one, but and I don't normally put names on the back of jerseys, but if I was going to get a Morocco jersey, I might make an exception and put Hakimi's name on the back of it, because I absolutely love Hakimi. Yeah, a Dahomey jersey, right? I would that would be a fun one to find. I think that would just be a Ghana jersey. I would love to get a Ghana jersey. Although, as an American, that would be a tough one to do. It hasn't happened in a while, but there was a period of time um, where the United States played Ghana in 3 straight World Cups. It's just crazy how that worked out. Yeah, it's definitely not allowed. Too much tension. Yeah. Well, you should watch. I forget if it was episode 1. I think it was episode 2 of this stream. I wore my Algeria jersey for that one. Just because I thought, if I'm going to play as Morocco, I still got to stay true. Alright, give us something good on this. The political wills and desires of the lower classes will always remain an opaque matter. For whatever reason, support for wealth voting has spread like wildfire across Morocco, spurred on by charismatic speakers and lively debates in small-time social clubs. Yeah, we'll do this. Okay. We've done some good colonization here, Okay. I was like, wait, why are we not colonizing this? We are. We're doing it down there. Okay. Ooh, we are up to 37th. Nice, nice, nice. Who did we leapfrog? I guess the Kalsaraj. Our GDP has been growing nicely, though we haven't advanced much in the list. Egypt seems to be gone. Ooh, yeah, look at that. The Ottomans took Middle Egypt. I have to say, I've never really seen this happen. I feel like the Ottomans always fall apart in every run. So I've never seen them dominate here, and yet they lost Iraq. I've never seen that happen either. Very interesting run here. How much of this stuff has been hired up? So if we ever can finish this wealth voting, we need to work on our acceptance law, because we need, if we were attacked, we need people to be able to be hired in as officers quicker. We haven't tackled this at all yet, and we have quite a bit of support for cultural exclusion. Although I bet you that's from our leader. Yeah. Man, we should do cultural exclusion sooner rather than later. Let's do another construction sector. Yeah, look at this. You know, I'm starting to notice in 1.9 giving trade rights. I wonder if it's not good to give trade rights to a company before they've reached prosperity. Like, it's good to give them trade rights because they'll get trade advantage on the goods they make in those trade centers. But the trade centers, like, their productivity fluctuates so much that I feel like it does make it hard to reach prosperity. I wonder if the meta should be like, you don't give it to them until they reach prosperity. Because it's harder to lose prosperity after you gain it. Munitions plants. This is excellent. Okay. So we need explosives and lead. So we should build the explosives here. Because we have the sulfur there. Fertilizer and sulfur. And okay. So let's build one fertilizer, one explosive, one munitions. So let's get the beginnings of that chain. And joint stock companies. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So, what do we need? We need a level 5. So I think we would go level 5 explosives. But they're saying in well, potentially, yeah. Ooh, we've urbanized. Fez has come a long way since our attention was first brought to it, going from small houses and scattered farmlands to being on its way to become a blooming metropolis. Yeah, let's take the loyalists. All right, so all right, so we have 2, and then we'll build 3 more. That should get us our company. Organizers affiliated with the absolutist movement have founded an organization devoted to fostering popular participation in politics in the Fez region. I don't like you guys. Stop asking for stuff. All right. All right. All right. Oh, believe me, we don't like them in real life too. I know. I don't either. Like, look at this. They want monarchy. All types of authoritarianism or landed voting. I guess, yeah, whatever there. And they really want traditionalism, like just all the worst stuff. Just all the worst stuff. I suppose we could... Oh, you know... Yeah, we'll set that there. Oh, you know... Totally forgotten. I've got another state here. Oof. 20 minus 25% state construction efficiency. Oh, my lord. What a great state we picked up here. But we do get additional sulfur. How many people do I have here now? 28,000 peasants. in real life. That oh really? West Sahara is amazing. How come? What do they have there? Yeah, what could I even build here for these guys? I guess we could get some livestock ranches. They could be our meat producer. It has a third of the world reserves. World reserve of fertilizer. Oh, okay. Ah, now it all makes sense. I should build some fertilizer here. Oh, the Netherlands, huh? So what companies can I produce right now? Okay. Okay. It also has rare metals, oil, gas, gold. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, I wonder later in the game if we'll discover oil here. I forget where around here the oil pops up. Probably there. Hmm. Oh, and they have gold. Oh, I would love me some gold, actually. When can I discover that? You know, that company would be beneficial. I think maybe before I do all these inputs, we get this stuff situated. So how are we doing? Oh my god. Oh, and fish. Best fishing spots in Morocco. Okay. You know, maybe I should go for the prestige fish. Where is it? Did I pass it? I must have passed it. Yeah, here it is. Select fish. So if I built more down here, I could get it there. Especially lobster. Oh, really? Lobster over there. You know what's funny is, now that I think about it, I don't really know where you find lobster in the world, or where it's like unique to. But for some reason, I didn't think of like Western Africa. But interesting. I love lobster. Let's go have myself some Moroccan lobster. So what is with the expenses? Tariffs. You know, that means... How much are we making off of tariffs anyway? 1.8k. So, yeah, well, let's get rid of the tariffs. It's killing our trade centers. It's not like we're making a lot out of it. Luxury clothes. How much silk are we getting? Oh, well, we're not tariffing the import. Lobster prevalent on that extruding tip of the south. Oh, interesting. Very cool. The source of a cholera outbreak in Marrakesh has been traced by an ingenious surgeon apothecary. This has led to great advancements in the field of public health. Yeah, we'll take that. Alright, advancement on modern sewage. Oof. Alright. I think we're at our stopping point for the night. I think my last couple brain cells are finally starting to dissipate. So, yeah, we did pretty good tonight. We did pretty good. Seems like we got an issue with France coming, but we're up to 37th. That's not bad. So, I think this is where we'll stop for tonight. So, yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Mazalator, thank you so much for hanging out and giving us the Morocco insights. I do love it. So thank you. Let's see. Next time I'm on, will be Friday night. Be doing some more Friday night Frostpunk. So playing some Frostpunk 2. We're gonna, if for everybody on Twitch, we're gonna raid into a friend of mine here who's also doing some Victoria 3 right now. So that should be fun. He's a good person to watch on that. So if you're on YouTube, this will be a good night and a be awesome. And thanks for hanging out. If you're on Twitch, hang out a couple moments and stick around for the raid. Thanks for the content, by the way. Great coincidence with this Morocco playthrough. Yeah. Yeah, definitely, right? Oh, Ahmed, hey. Oh, wow, you were watching the whole for all of it. I appreciate that. Yeah, good night, my friend. Thanks for coming by and watching. And yeah, great coincidence with the Morocco playthrough. Gotta show love for the MENA region for all of us MENA guys out there. All right. Yeah, so so again, I'll be on Friday night for Friday Night Frostpunk. Thanks for sticking around and watching, everybody. If you're on YouTube, have a good night and be awesome. If you're on Twitch, then also have a good night and be awesome and stick around for the raid. I'll see you next time.